I want to just kind of catch up. Hey everyone, and by everyone based on video viewership, that probably means no one. And welcome to the first behind the scenes, more laid back video. I was actually planning this one for the next video, but I pushed it forward due to getting so behind with the next project's initial video due to several life things, but I think it works better this way. These sort of vlog or behind the scenes videos serve several purposes. On the selfish end, I definitely intend to put less effort editing them to save time and help maintain a healthy backlog of videos. Another reason is to keep this channel grounded in reality and walk that fine line of anonymity while also keeping people informed of life events. On more of the production side of things, I hope to mention stuff I've learned during this YouTube channel process, things I'm trying during editing, and so on and so forth. Finally, it serves as a way to quickly cover all of the current projects in a more casual, less scripted way, though in less detail than a project-focused video. Almost a sort of preemptive heads up on stuff that may appear in project-focused videos, like, for example, how I think I've underestimated how quickly I'll get Duolingo done for the Mandarin learning goal. Alrighty. Though I can't help but still break down videos into sections, such as my nature, let's get this first vlog production video type thing, I'll come up with a better name for that eventually, started. So, let's first root where this video is getting written, late November, more specifically in the days following the release of this channel's second video, which has gotten 0 views. As expected really, I went into this being creating this channel, not expecting to get views higher than the 10s. As I said in my initial video, this channel is more for accountability, forcing myself to check in every couple of weeks to make sure I'm keeping up with these projects, and best case, inspiring others to do the things that they've always wanted to do. The goal isn't to acquire internet fame. If I do start to feel demoralized by the lack of video views, maybe I'll look into something like clipping parts of videos or editing sections of videos to fit with YouTube Shorts or something to that effect, but I'm not at that point yet. Alright, back to production. As I just mentioned, this is late November, and this video is going to be mid-January. In the Creating a YouTube Video Part 2 video, I did mention that I set videos as scheduled, but I didn't really give any specifics as to how far in the future. But now you know, somewhere between 1.5 to 3 months. This is seeming to become a little of a double-edged sword though. It is definitely very nice for backlog purposes. I already had 3 additional videos ready by the time the first video was released, so if I get very busy and I can't release a video within the 2-week time frame, as would have been the case with this video, I don't have to miss a scheduled date or anything like that. Then when work gets lighter, I can crank that midnight oil in order to make up for lost time. It also gives me ample review time, gives Honey lots of time to watch it and check for issues, and so on. Now that's a big positive, but there are multiple little gnawing negatives too, mainly timeliness. It's going to hit especially hard on these vlog type videos, so much so that while I'm brain dumping the script, I'm thinking that future videos should actually be more close to the date release types. Now that will come with problems of its own. Let's say that I created and released this video the week or 2 before it actually is scheduled to be released. By that time, where I'm at for certain projects and which videos will have been created and released are going to be completely different. The video would be referring to videos that will be released in a fortnight or even several months' time, and where I'm up to for certain projects may be ahead of their next project video. Let's say, for example, right now, if I were to record and release this vlog right after it was completed, it would slot in either before or after the second part of creating a YouTube video. Thing is, I want to talk about the drawing and Chinese learning that I've done, but that would be extremely incongruent with the video timeline and very confusing to watch. For now, I'll keep it as is, and hopefully it won't bite me in the butt. Now, instead of focusing on the meta of creating a product vlog nearly 2 months before it will be released, let's talk about the actual video production. Some of this will weave its way into the script for when I make a I want to create a YouTube channel part 2, though I haven't yet scheduled it, so no planned video just yet, talking about improving video quality, channel quality, metrics, and so on and so forth. First thing I tried, starting with the learning Chinese video, is slightly more engaging thumbnails. Bigger focus image, a face, for now the placeholder. I haven't actually uploaded the Create an Anime opening video while writing this, it's still over a month before its release, so I haven't created its thumbnail yet, but I'll be going for the same sort of style. like what I've tried in a couple of videos, I'm going to be very poorly paint 3Ding my placeholder face into various situations, at least until I can draw my thumbnails myself. The other thing I've been working on is audio. I've spent a bit more time adjusting the audio in Audacity, trying to make it louder and more equal. I've also put my beloved Blue Snowball onto a mic stand so I can sit up straighter while recording and have better control over how close it is to my face. The downside is the fairly noticeable popping that occurs. I try to catch them in the audio editing and remove them, but they aren't fully gone. Overall though, I much prefer it to my whisper quiet audio that I had in the first few videos. To avoid popping, if cutting it out gets too annoying, I may invest in a spit guard thingo or whatever they're called. The final production note, which is a more recent development, is the start of a calendar that I've created to track checkpoints, time-related smart goals, video releases, planning future videos, and so on. Color coding different things for different projects, and generally more firmly scheduling things and putting more forethought than what I had done before. So that probably also means writing tighter scripts and not being able to just split videos like I did with creating a video. I know what videos I'm going to be creating all the way up to, and this is release-wise, the end of March, which is pretty reassuring. That is to say, the next 5 videos after this one is released. The start of 2 more projects because I'm insane, another vlog, one every 2 months or so seems like a good balance, and a second Chinese video, and somewhat related, the Valentine's Day special I teased in the Chinese video. Speaking of which, life. That's enough on the production side. We're here to talk why this thing really is delayed. As I was saying in the Chinese video, my honey was likely to become my fiancé before the video was released, and that's a smart goal I can definitely check off the list. Yes, indeed, I am now an engaged man, which, funnily enough, doesn't feel all that different. It did mean I was busy organising things in order to pop the question, which was a real contributing factor as to why I pushed this video forward a week. Obviously, I'll save the juicy details for the Valentine's Day engagement special, but I had to make sure things were arriving, had to do some clumsy arts and crafts, and so on, and that takes precedence over video production. Other more minor things that have been getting in the way of video production are, of course, the job, which has been fairly busy as of late, and I've been needing to pull a couple of later nights and even some hours on the weekend. Nothing horrendous, but every extra hour counts. And on top of that, my phone broke, so I had to deal with that. But that's more or less a footnote. The slightly more embarrassing thing is that my mate started up a Minecraft server, so yeah, I'm not going crazy on it or anything, but it's hard to say no to a fresh Minecraft server with your buds. That section didn't really last long, did it? It's hard to talk about life when trying to stay anonymous. Alright, the projects, the juicy stuff that this channel is all about. Let's start with the one that has had the most progress so far, Chinese. I'm fairly disappointed at how little I remember. I was doing Chinese solidly for over 200 days on Duolingo, but then as soon as I got through checkpoint 1, which is the super easy stuff, things like, "Hi, my name is blah," and "How are you?" I got smacked in the face with words and characters that were still relatively easy and my brain sort of recognized, but I had completely forgotten. I've been keeping track of my progress using a Google Sheet doc, taking periodic screenshots of anything interesting, using this learning process to double as a how do I record the learning process educational experience. I take notes in 5 different categories: what was learnt, thoughts on learning, additional notes, I don't get it, and the Chinese exclusive honey clarifications. It's been working well. I'm able to record my thoughts and difficulties, and I've got a clear map of the route that I took. The main issue that I can see coming to pass though is the volume of notes. A lot of it is specific lesson stuff, things like, and I quote, literally out of nowhere asking me to say sorry in Chinese, which they've only taught me 对不起 so far. Then suddenly, in another correct solution, it gives me something I've never seen before. This. Like, what even is that? Now, my Chinese catch-up video can't consist of me just reading my learning notes. I'm going to have to figure out how to collate those notes and write them into a consistent script that accurately sums up my learning so far. I just haven't figured out how to do that yet. Maybe splitting it into levels of good stuff, bad stuff, unexpected stuff, and generalizing themes between different notes and summing them up in single points. I guess I'll decide when I finally start working on that script. I also had a great moment of pig-headedness and then got absolutely ground into the dirt by strangers. Now, I'm not sure if Duolingo's algorithm makes it this way, but when I restarted in the Emerald League, I was top dog on my localized leaderboard, absolutely crushing the competition. Nobody even came close. I suspect it was probably because I hadn't used Duolingo in a long time, and so they put returners with other returners or low scorers. I was, however, getting legendary status, an actual measurable thing for different modules, and making great experience gains, leaving my co-competitors far, far behind. Great, I thought. I'm doing really well. I'm taking this very seriously. I came first, went up a league, and into Amethyst. 2 days in, someone with a cat picture as their profile is already 1,000 points in, and I'm barely floating in and out of the top 5. Reality came crashing down and I felt real silly with myself. A small frog in an emerald pond jumping into a giant amethyst ocean. I was still in the top 10 by the end of it, so I did advance up to the next league, but golly gee, it put me in my place. It also coincided with me making it to checkpoint 2 lessons, which really slowed my progress, so I actually got a bit nervous that I wasn't progressing fast enough. Thankfully, the reality check gave me a moment to think about it. I have under 75 modules to complete at time of writing, and if I get a legendary on one every 2 days, I'll still make it in under the 25-week mark easy. I also shouldn't compare myself to others, both in success and relative failure. I should learn at my own consistent pace. If I get too competitive with the cat daddy and his crazy pace, that means I'll be pushing too hard to achieve a number instead of learning, and it'll cut into my other projects as well. The only expectation I have to match is my own. I have also restarted the Domino Chinese course, but I'm only up to early videos, so not much to say on it just yet. As for the animation goal, or should I say my pencil and paper drawing goal, it is going. For every drawing that I do and think, yeah, that was kind of alright, there are many more where if it were to come alive and appear on my doorstep, I'd want to kill it with fire. None more so than my first attempt to draw my lovely stand-in. Oh boy, that's one that I'm going to hate showing. Speaking of which, just in general, I feel weird about showing my terrible drawings. Like lots of people that draw, I had plenty of books that I drew in over time, but also like a lot of people that draw, I very rarely showed any of the drawings to anyone. It gives me a bit of a cringe feeling knowing that I'm essentially going to be showing off the equivalent of the secret drawing book that I used to have, knowing that lots of it is no good at all. I guess that's a big positive for anonymity once again. Well, no, I shouldn't think of it that way. I should swallow my ego, accept that I'm no good now, but I'll be, hopefully, getting better. If I don't show off my terrible pictures, then it won't be nearly as impressive when I show off my less terrible ones. Swallow that pride and keep moving forward in the same way that I've been trying to speak more Chinese to my honey and to her family, and they give me blank stares when I get it completely wrong. The important thing is that I'm trying. On the plus side, just before the previous video was released, I had already ordered a drawing tablet, and it's already arrived. It's actually a bit difficult to stick to the plan, knowing that I have to wait a few weeks before I can actually start using it. I shouldn't leapfrog, I have to learn to walk before I can run and all that. So I haven't met my 5 pages a week goal for drawing though, potentially because I haven't really fitted into my daily routine as much as I have for Duolingo. I normally do my Duolingo stuff very soon after waking up and before breakfast, but drawing I have to make the time to do it. As the projects continue to pile up, I'll really have to consider scheduling my days more thoroughly in order to find the time to do all of them. So, with the currently underway project spoken for, I may as well tease the next one, the video that I pushed back because it was delayed. I want to become a voice actor. Title pending. I mean, becoming a voice actor could mean a lot of different things. I don't mean to become a pro actor like Nolan North or anything to that level. If anything, this is going to be one of those looser goals since it's kind of dependent on third parties I have no control over. Either way, I need to find some notes that I took a while back while attending a talk by an actual voice actor, and I still need to draw out the plan too. Man, that video is behind schedule. After that is one more goal that should actually tie in all of Phase 1 pretty nicely, but I'll keep it a surprise. A surprise for literally no one because, again, no views. But hey, if in the 1 in a million chance a few dozen people end up watching my videos and they want to peruse the backlog for content, I'd like to make it as if they were watching it on release. Well, I guess that just about covers everything. More than a vlog, this was more of a brain dump catch-up, wasn't it? Either way, if you've enjoyed this stream of consciousness, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to see any updates. For all of you doing your own projects, make sure not to burn yourself out and take it a little easier when the world heaps your plate a little too high. Keep yourself in high spirits and let me know how you don't overwork yourself in the comments down below. Because remember, it's we attempt new things, not I attempt new things. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a fruitful day.